Hello everyone and welcome back. For anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Kate, and in this series of vlogs I'm sharing with you my experience and my journey to becoming financially independent by the end of this year. And in today's video we'll speak about a very important topic. How can you become the best student in your class and the top 1% student in university? I would like to start with telling you that university is the necessary part of everyone's lives and everyone knows it. Most people don't take seriously the university times, however it's very wrong and I will explain why. Your future university diploma is gonna define who you are and what kind of skills are you carrying into the world. And especially it will define your success in your future life. I personally finished the best hospitality and business university with distinction. During all of my high school years, I was top 5 student in my class. And today I would like to share with you my tips and life hacks that I used throughout all of my 5 to 10 years of university and high school that brought me where I am now. And the first and the most important advice is time management. This is the first point that I want to start with, because before I start telling you about all of this note-taking, focusing and stuff, you will not go anywhere if you don't understand the definition of the balance. And I mean the balance of personal and professional, how I like to call it. In my personal life, I still use 8-8-8 rule, which is 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of free time and 8 hours of work or study. You can organize this time however you want, considering all the things you want to do during the day. It's important to have some extra time for your pleasure, and sleep is not something that will make you happy. And I mean with pleasure, I mean some hobbies, I mean some extra activities that you're doing outside of studies, outside of work. This is very important. I realized this only by now, and even when I was starting to work as a full-time, I still didn't have my hobbies. But now I recommend everyone to have at least one hobby outside of your professional life. Because when you will have those 8 hours of your studies, you will completely lock in and focus only on your studies. You have some hours of free time and you have some hours of studies. So you focus on one thing at a time. People love procrastinating. The reason for procrastinating is not having balanced life. And this is the most important tip and life hack that I want to let everyone know about. After you realize the importance of balancing different spheres of your life, second advice that I want to share with you is focusing during the class. I remember that I used to skip listening to what the teacher has to say, and that was a big mistake, and that was the reason of failing most of my exams. Because I used to study only by the books and the study material that they were providing us with, but I didn't listen what the teacher had to say during the class. A very important skill and actually advice that I want to share with you is to listen to what the teacher has to say. Ask questions. If you don't understand something, don't be shy. If, for example, you struggle to understand what the teacher has to say during the class, or you kind of don't have enough time to listen, understand, and the teacher jumps from one topic to another, then my life hack that I used to do during all of my study years is to actually voice record the teacher's lecture, and then you can re-listen it at home. That's how you can come back home, and then after listening to the audios you can understand what kind of questions you had. The third advice is the most important advice out of all the ones that I've given before. It's the note-taking. This was the key to all of my good grades. And once I remember I used to have a friend in university, and she used to have always the best grades in our class, and I was wondering, how does she do it? And the key was the note making. Once I saw how she's making the notes and I kind of learned from her, and then I kind of added it up to all of my learning strategies, and then I was the best student. So now let's break down into 3 main parts of the note taking. Before the class, I recommend to read all the materials. For example, if you have the PowerPoint or you know what kind of topics you will be studying the next day. So what you can do is to take notes based on those materials that are already given. So I don't mean just to write down everything that is written in there already. What I mean is to do kind of parallel reading and highlighting some keywords and key topics that are given in the certain topic or paragraph, and to write it down by yourself, either on electronic, on the laptop, or you can do it with your hand. I recommend in this case to write on the laptop so you can add some things later on and not just, have everything disorganized. Once you have all of those notes written down, during the class you can add some extra things. So instead of learning all the new topic again with the teacher and not having enough time to listen to what he has to say, what you can do is to have ready notes and add up some things that you understand that were missing in the book or in the slides that you read the day before. So this will be an extremely important life hack. Pay attention to what the teacher says, and especially highlight those things such as when the teacher says it's important, or if he says that it's going to be on the exam. Then you will have more probability to pass the exam on a higher grade. Also, you can use highlighters in case you are writing down with your hand in the notebook, and I recommend to do both, because you can do on the laptop, and after at home when you will be preparing for the exam, for example, you can use different highlighters for different topics. You can use, like for example, yellow highlighter for the main key words of the topic, and some other highlighter color of sub-important words for the topic. And of course, after the class, you can come back, take your time, summarize everything, and highlight some unclear points for you. Another little point that I want to mention is that it's also a good thing if you have some friends that are already 1 year ahead of you to ask for some past year's notes that will have maybe some extra points, and this will be very useful for you during the exam. And finally, what you can do is ask some of your classmates or your team members to join you during your study sessions. And this is especially good while you're preparing for the exam, so you can study for the same topics. You know that those people, they have the same issues as you, they're struggling with the same topic as you. So what you can do is actually discuss with them and kind of teach each other one or another topic. So by this way you can explain the topic once again, revise it, memorize it, and it's very good. But of course, if you prefer to study alone and you think this is better for you, then it's also a good option. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any struggles preparing for the exam or studying, let me know in the comments, and let's connect via Instagram and text there. If you have any issues with studying or you need professional help, then reach me out by Instagram. Thank you so much, and see you next time!